back, everybody. We're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying.
Hello there everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to my F1 25 My Team Career Mode. We're carrying on here at Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix on this man-made island. If you haven't seen the last one, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. It was some solid points at Monaco, so let's try and carry on that momentum here. Unfortunately, some upgrades have failed in development again. This is becoming something of a nuisance for me this season because it's already happened once and it's happened again pretty soon after. Yeah, so I'm hoping that the pace that we had in Monaco, we can at least try and carry that forward into the Canadian Grand Prix. And qualifying so far going really nicely, because look how much time we've gained. That'll do. Our first lap wasn't great, so we did have to go again, but we found a second and we're only 4 tenths off the ultimate pace there, so that's not too bad. Q2 again, decent lap, got us through nicely. We're where we wanted to be for that. Q3, this could be a different matter entirely, because this is where the lap times tend to get a bit nuts. But let's see what we can pull out. I'm confident we can pull something good out of the bag here as we thump round the last chicane onto the straight. Give it to me. What is the news? P8. That'll do. That will do just nicely. P8 and only about half a second off the pace. Hakkinen takes pole position for McLaren. Can he get his first win since his comeback?
Here in Montreal, Lights Out is quickly approaching on this artificial island originally built for the World Fair in 1967. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Mika Hakkinen lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Yuki Tsunoda, and Piastri, Senna, Antonelli, Fernando Alonso, and Lance Stroll, Doohan, Sainz, Alex Albon, and Gasly, Behrman, Hulkenberg, George Russell, and Isaac Hadjar, Lawson, Colapinto, Bortoletto, and Paul Aron rounds off the grid. And with Lights Out just
35 laps lay ahead of us in this Canadian Grand Prix. What can we do? We are underway here at Montreal. It's a decent start. Senna gets away quite well. I think we're going to hope. No, they got backed up for some reason. What happened there? They all just backed up heading to the first corner in single file, and we were just able to drive past them. Not complaining about that. I thought we were going to have to hold position, but we take 3 cars, Tsunoda, Piastri and Senna, and move up into P5. What a start we've made. And we're looking at the back of Max Verstappen. Now the plan is to run long into the race until the rain comes and hope the hards hold up. So that's what we're doing. Hopefully that's going to work in our favour. But look at this. We are challenging Max Verstappen for position. That just shows how much progress we've made, and we're taking the place from Verstappen. Moving up into P4. Oh, this race is feeling good already. Hakkinen leading the way, and he's starting to check out front. Now I'm defending because Verstappen is coming back at me, and he's going to have to go around the outside there. We lead him to the outside. No way through there. Unfortunately, now he's going to have DRS, which is going to make holding him back that much harder. We go to cover and Max goes into us and loses a little chunk of his front wing. I don't think that'll do too much damage to his race, but he's come off the chicane pretty badly. I do think my defensive move there, however, might have been, as Martin Brundle would say, a day late and $1 short. Charles Leclerc's in second at the moment, Lando Norris in third. We're in fourth, covering the other Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda. But Tsunoda's come through, and we move up into P4, dropping down to P5. And Tsunoda, he's going to pull away. That Red Bull is an absolute rocket ship. We've still got quite a way to go yet before we're quite on their pace. And I'm still fending off Max Verstappen. We've got a yellow flag here. So someone's slowing down. Who is it? I think that's a Ferrari. That's going to be Charles Leclerc. Wow, he is having a sucky start to the season. Ferrari, what have you done? Not only have you given him an absolute tractor, but it's a slow one at that. Leclerc is out, and I say the Ferrari's a tractor. Senna nearly won Monaco, so Charles, step it up, man. But yeah, not his fault. Charles out of the race, and now we're still fending off Max Verstappen. Senna a couple of seconds behind. And Verstappen is thinking about a look up the inside. He's taking a look up the inside. He's got it done. Verstappen gets through. I'm not too fussed about that, though. I'm going to let him go because we've got the DRS detection point, and I'm going to pass him into the hairpin before we even get DRS. So I'm going to overtake him, and then to add insult to injury, we have DRS anyway, so he can watch me drive away from him, although he's staying pretty close considering we have DRS, which just shows how much power that Red Bull has behind it. And now we're watching Liam Lawson, I think. I think his car is slowing down. Liam Lawson out of the Canadian Grand Prix. I mean, he was nowhere anyway, so not doing particularly great. And here is your race leader, Mika Hakkinen, just doing everything he needs to out front at the moment. It's such a chill drive for him. He's literally just there. And Lando Norris as well, pulling clear of Tsunoda. We're still holding on to P4 with Max Verstappen behind, and the pit stops are now beginning. So we're entering the pit stop phase of this Canadian Grand Prix, and that is working out nicely for us because it's keeping us in the top four. And if we can finish here, what a finish that would be. The best finish of our season so far. Currently, our best finish is P6. We had that in Bahrain and Monaco. So if we could just get a P4 here, that would be brilliant. But we've still got half the race to go. And rain coming in. Who's going to pit in this time? Lando Norris is in the pits. Meanwhile, while that's cracking off, we're watching the battle between Alex Albon and local boy Lance Stroll as he goes down the inside. Hakkinen has also pit, I should point it out. Stroll now trying to get past Albon. He wasn't able to do it at the hairpin, but he's going to use the DRS down the straight. Stroll going wheel to wheel with Albon down the inside. Has he got that one quite done yet? No, Albon is still fighting him, but I think, no, Albon's still ahead. Lance is going to have to try again into turn one, which is what he's doing. And this time, the Aston Martin gets up into P8. So Lance Stroll doing a good job in his home Grand Prix as we're now trying to fight off race leader Mika Hakkinen. I mean, as much as I was hoping to do it until the rain came and steal a lead, I think this is going to be an exercise in futility because Hakkinen is going to have DRS here. He's going to have superior traction, and yeah, there was nothing I could do to fight that one off. And Mika Hakkinen moving into P2. He's going to pull away. Can we hold on to a podium? No, we can't because Lando Norris has gone through. I've got dived for the pits, however. I think this is the lap to take on Inters. So this is where we're going to pit for intermediate tyres and hopefully get a little bit of an undercut on Lando Norris as we do it. Nobody else has pitted in yet. In we go. And that front right just does not want to come off. And that leads to a 5.1 second stop. For goodness sake, we just can't buy luck this season with all the errors we're having in the pit lane. But we're now back out into P6, and the trick is now, can we gain on Lando Norris to get us into the podium position again? No, we cannot. And we're actually in but we're still in P4. We've got Ayrton Senna right behind us now, and Senna's going to want to go sooner than later. Look how much we're struggling. Just getting the throttle down out of the corner is proving so difficult. So we're having to just... Ooh, watch the barrier there. We're having to be careful out of the corner. Here comes Senna, having a go to the outside. He won't make it through there. He's going to try every switch back he can think of, but no way through for the Ferrari. And Senna is just going to have to wait this one out. But he might have a run out of the final chicane. Here he comes now. Here comes the three-time world champion. Senna down the inside. Just sending that one in, and contact there, banging wheels with the Ferrari, but Senna has moved his way up into fourth, and we drop down to P5. So still in the top position, still in the best position that we could finish in if we manage to hold off Max Verstappen. And I mean, that's a big if, because hi, it's Max Verstappen. Even just getting the brakes in the right place is really difficult in these conditions. And it's weird because the track isn't wet, it's just slippery, it's greasy. It's in that stage where it's starting to get wet, and the grip, you just have to find the grip yourself. 7 laps to go here at Montreal though, and I'm confident that at the very least we're still going to head home with points. So it's just a case of doing our best to stay on the track and maximise our result. Verstappen now within half a second of us. This is going to be tricky to hold him off, but every lap that goes by is a lap that I am grateful for, because it brings us closer and closer to the checkered flag. 5 laps to go, we're still holding Max back. And the more that we hold him back, the more I start to believe that actually we can hold on to this position. Although there we were slower than we would like. Verstappen having a look, but no way through there. Verstappen having to wait it out a little bit more as we get our foot down for the straight. Here we go, Verstappen getting closer. I'm going to cover that one off though, and Max not able to find a way through just there. And he's going to have another go surely into the hairpin. Look how close he's getting. Verstappen's looking, he's going for the inside line, but he's not quite got himself alongside. And I don't feel like entitled to give him space there. So Verstappen will just have to wait that one out as we head to lap 34, the penultimate lap of this Canadian Grand Prix. And we're still holding on. We're just holding on to P5. Verstappen is trying everything to come past. We're covering the inside as he's now looking to the outside. He gets alongside, but he doesn't make it work. And so he has to back out of that. And this is giving Oscar Piastri a chance to get after him. Max now defending thin air, which is going to give Piastri a great run out of the corner, because Piastri is not as tight as Max. And now look at Oscar Piastri in the slipstream of the Red Bull. Here comes Oscar Piastri to the outside as Max defends, and through goes Piastri into 6th. Wow, I didn't expect that one. Max Verstappen, the championship leader, down in P7. But for us, as Piastri has a go at us last minute, I raised the hand to say, what are you doing? Because he was half turning into me. But as we're going to complete this Canadian Grand Prix, it's going to be P5 as long as we can hold Piastri off on this final straight. Mika Hakkinen is your race winner, and for the first time since his sabbatical, wins a Grand Prix. Finland rejoice. Meanwhile, we're down the straight, racing as Kimi Antonelli, trying to hold on to P5. And as we get round the final chicane, we have done it! P5 in the Canadian Grand Prix, and our best result of the season so far. All smiles here, all smiles.
Thank you, Toto.
A classic day, a classic win, a classy driver. Victory for Mika Hakkinen.
And it's one thing to win, but to win like that in total dominance style, that was a fantastic drive, and it is not one that we see very often.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
It just keeps getting better and better for us. I can't wait for what comes next. But it's P5 and a very strong race for us. Only half a minute off the lead as well, so we're getting closer to fighting at the front. No doubt about that. But it's a win for Mika Hakkinen, with Yuki Tsunoda right up his gearbox until the end. Lando Norris gets third, Senna fourth, we get fifth, Piastri sixth, Verstappen seventh, Stroll eighth, Sainz gets ninth, and Pierre Gasly completes the top 10. What a race that was! I'm happy with that. It's still Max Verstappen in the lead of the championship, but it doesn't come down by as much as one would expect. Lando Norris not able to maximise Max having an off race, and as such only takes a few points away and actually falls behind Yuki Tsunoda. It's Hakkinen that's moved up in the standings though, up into fourth, with Senna fifth, Russell sixth, Piastri and Leclerc 7th and 8th. Leclerc's season of misery continuing, and we're only 1 point behind him now, so can we jump him? In the Constructors' Championship, we're still holding on to P5, extending the gap to Williams. Thank you for watching this instalment of Career Mode. Please don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now, and enjoy the rest of your day.